Welcome everybody to the 5th episode of this awesome HTML series. In this video, we will be learning about core attributes, or a continuation of the attributes in which we learned in the last episode. Now again, I'll give out this warning. Please do keep Visual Studio Code with you, as I am using it throughout the entire series and probably all my other playlists as well, except for maybe like a few outside examples. So do keep that in mind. Plus, if you haven't watched my previous 4 episodes, please do watch those, especially number 4, because that is where I explain most of the topics that I'm going to discuss this time. Only this video I will be further introducing them. So if you haven't watched the previous episodes, please do that now, as it will be almost mandatory for this series. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Now, if I open up my Visual Studio Code editor, now there is one thing that I did say last episode, which was the fact that not all of these tags have the same attributes. Okay, for example, P tag might have a different attributes list to the heading tags. But there are a few attributes that are called core attributes. Now these are attributes that are standard across almost every tag. And in fact, I only really touched on core attributes last time. Style and color are 2 of them. I forgot what the rest were though. Wait, I'm just gonna do a quick search. There's, I think, 5 or maybe 6 of them in the entire list, but yeah. Oh, what values? Yeah. If I go over here, this is like a website. Now, when I started to learn my HTML, I used this website, W3 Schools, and also a book from Tutorials Point. If you want to figure out where the book is, you can just search up online, Tutorials Point HTML book, and just find an online download, or just buy a book from like real life. Wait, not any of these. If I can find it. Yep, this one. So if you find any book that looks like this is what I used for my startup on HTML. It's really simple, easy to learn. Okay, I really recommend it. Anyways, besides the point, W3 Schools is also something really nice. Here they call it global attributes, but yeah. Okay, so there's actually quite a few. Yeah, but the main ones that you would really want to keep in mind are class. These are some of the ones that you'll use later on when you have like more developed understanding of these other languages like CSS or JavaScript. So the list is ID, class, there's style, there's script, and then there's also title. Now, last episode I only dived in on style and title. What style does is that it lets you implant some sort of CSS code inside of HTML. The same goes for script, except instead of CSS, it's JavaScript. ID and class are like, they're kind of hard to get the grasp of, but you will use them in further courses, so just keep that like at the back of your head. Title, you already know what that does, but yes. So if I now only a few of these have like real visual indicators like style and title. Those are the only ones that give off a visual indicator, but the other ones like script, ID, and class, they don't really have anything visual to give off. So like if I'm just gonna quickly go live. Yep, and here, just keep this like little picture at the back of your head, and if I just add ID is equal to hello, for example, and I open this again, nothing's really changed. The only real difference you can see, this is also something really handy, is if you go over to these three dots, settings and more, click on it and go down to, where is it? More tools, I think. Developer tools. You'll open up, just forget about this welcome thing, go to the elements, and you can see the code, and yeah, it just has the script thing here, but that's because, yeah, don't worry about all this stuff. You'll just find this because of that live server thing that I was using earlier. Don't really worry about that. There's nothing really you should worry about right now. But you can see over here ID hello. Okay. Yeah, that's the only real way you can tell what the ID of something is. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for this episode. Bye now.